You got launched into a fucking dimension where you're going to die. Yeah. Everything you know, everyone you know, everything that you own, everything you've thought, every connection you've ever had will completely evaporate into nothingness. Yeah. So that's already a traumatic experience if you know that's the case. Like, there's no way you can just easily accept that fact. Right. It's like your mom's going to turn into either fucking ashes or worm food. Your mom's going to merge with a coffin eventually. Yeah. You're going to lose it. So this is a very traumatic, just that.
Just that realization, yeah.
Right. So, but that's not just that, because the family that you were born into had problems. Everyone's dead. Maybe your mom didn't love you enough. Maybe your mom loved you too much. Maybe your dad was like distant, or maybe your dad was like gone, or maybe, you know, who knows. Yeah. So there's all these traumas that happen to people, and it's fucking brutal, man.
So what?
So the point is, like, how the fuck do you expect yourself to be some kind of perfect, cool cucumber when you got shot into a dimension where you're gonna die, more than likely into a family of fucking people who also were terrified of dying and had.
But then how do you change anything if you just accept everything for it?
Well,
I love myself for who I am. I would like to learn Spanish.
That's where the real change happens, man. That's where the real change can happen. Instead of pseudo change, instead of temporary change, we're talking about a real change. Here's the idea.
Why?
Here's the idea. If being an asshole to other people made people better, if wishing people were different, if being down on other people made people better, we would live on a planet populated with the coolest people that ever existed. Everybody would be better. Everybody would be getting better because everybody's a shithead to everybody else, right? So in that same way, that means that being a shithead to yourself, judging yourself, being cruel to yourself, harsh to yourself, hard on yourself, to think that that's going to change you somehow into something better is insanity. It doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work.
So what does change you?
If it worked, then everyone would be awesome too, because everyone's so hard on themselves. So that means you have to try something different. And the different thing to try for once is, instead of looking at yourself, and then you can't pull it off completely, you're always going to have parts of yourself that's like, just make the vague attempt at recognizing that if you're whatever age you are, you've been through some serious fucking shit, and it hasn't been easy for you. It hasn't been easy. So give yourself a fucking break, you know?
Yeah, but don't you still want to then better yourself?
The first step in the direction of bettering yourself is to stop being a cocksucker to yourself. Right. Stop being mean to yourself. If you want to better yourself, stop being an abusive parent to yourself.
Yeah. But then how do you wish, like, I wish I was better at this?
Well, it's the same thing that I was telling you, man. When you look at somebody with love, look at how they'll change. They'll change right in front of you. So if you look at yourself with love, just be there in the moment with yourself and try to embrace yourself and see what happens. Because a lot of parents, they are the opposite of loving unconditionally. They so desperately want you to be something else. Yeah. You're existing in this terrible family where your instincts are drawing you in the direction of who knows what, man. But your parents are trying to push you in some other direction.
Okay, well, another kind of love then. Can you still wish they would change in certain ways? Or not wish they would change, but just like...
You can't stop. You're not going to be able to stop anything that your mind does. Your mind's going to wish this or wish that no matter what.
You can guide it.
You can try to guide it, but the trick is to, like, first is to develop this state called mindfulness, where you're watching the way that your thought patterns emerge and the way that they dissipate. Yeah. And then somewhere in the process of that, you can begin to develop compassion for yourself. And in the process of developing compassion for yourself, you'll find yourself developing compassion for the people around you. That's the process. The idea is you work on yourself.
Yeah.
So like the mind's going to try to plan out like what's going to happen if I start really loving myself or working on myself, but it's like, forget about
what's going to happen. Just know.
Just start this like crazy process of like of just playing around with the idea of, for once, not being so fucking hard on yourself. And then also look at how even the concept of not being hard on yourself seems absurd. Like, even letting go of that for some people is like, what are you fucking talking about? I can never love myself.
Yeah.
I think it means being able to acknowledge your failures without thinking that you're a failure.
Oh, right. Just be like, okay, how do I do that better next time? But not be like, oh no.
Fine, let's do this again. Let's try it out again. Let's keep working on this, man. Well, we will.
How does it help you find love with another person?
Well, because, my God, if you can't really love yourself, how can you expect somebody else to love you?
No, but then you do love yourself. Then how does that help you love another person?
Well, I think that once you really start, like, getting to that place where you're, like, a really purely yourself, I think loving yourself is really the same way of saying finding yourself. Once you, like, if like, really actualize yourself in that way, I think all human relationships are gonna improve no matter what. I have found more harmony in my life than I ever have experienced. It's just all part of it, man. This is like Ram Dass describes it as like floating in the ocean. Like sometimes you're on a wave that goes up and you can see the land, and sometimes it sinks down and you just feel like you're in the middle of like a great confusing ocean. It's a waveform. And when you're at the bottom of the waveform, the idea is, instead of like being like, what's wrong with me? How fucking am I? I'm here again. I'm always here again.
Yeah.
Instead of being like that, just being like, oh, look at this. Here we are. All right. Let's look at the way I feel right now. Oh, I feel lonely. Oh, I feel scared. Oh, I'm shut down. Wow, I'm being a real dick right now. And then when you're at the top of the waveform, you're like, oh, okay, look, things are going great for us. How are we now? Oh, I'm trying to control this. Oh, I don't want it to go away. I hope I don't fuck up.
Yeah.
So you just learn that. So much of what people do is exactly like their heartbeat. You're not aware of your heartbeat. It just beats down there. You don't do anything about it. It's just fucking down there. It's doing its own thing. In the same way, so many people are in this seizure of habit. They're not watching themselves. They're just fully engaged in the thing, like a dog barking at anything that goes by. So the idea is like, just begin to watch the seizure. Look at the sleepwalk. Look at the way you're sleepwalking through life. Just watch it. And just that alone begins to, wake you up just a little bit. And waking up a little bit when you've been sleepwalking your whole fucking life is psychedelic and awesome and really fun.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.